Good morning. It's day 2 of the 100-day challenge. And just finished my meditation. It's funny because I'm like squeezed over here in like a tiny little corner of this room because my room is really messy. I don't want you guys to see it yet. Maybe someday. Like my room is messy and I'm okay with that, but it's like really messy and I'm not ready to reveal that part of myself to the world. So the meditation went really well. I've never really done this for any extended period of time. And yesterday when we were at the second day of the Kyle Cease workshop, so I did the meditation in the morning, and then I did one in the afternoon, like 2, I think we did like 2 or 3. And I noticed that even just after a couple of days of meditating more, it became easier to get into it. Well, also one thing that happened yesterday, my friend Nena on Facebook asked me when I meditate, what do I do? And it's a good question because I've been doing it wrong, if you will. I haven't been successful at meditating because I was trying to do something that didn't work for me before. Excuse me, I should get some water when I do these things. Because always before, you hear about meditating and you hear oh yeah, you need to quiet the mind. Well, anybody who knows me knows there's nothing quiet about me. I was talking before I could talk. So it's a little unrealistic to think that if I finally sit down for a second, that my mind is going to just be like, oh, okay. It's not, right? It's not going to happen. So what I do is I let my mind go. I let it talk. I let it say what it has to say. It turns out that a lot, because I'm such a go person all the time, that my mind doesn't get a chance to process what is going on. So when I finally sit down, maybe that's what insomnia is. You finally your brain's like, okay, she's sleeping. Let's talk. So I'm processing the stuff, and it's literally my mind's like, oh wow, okay, that's really cool, and I need to get some new shoes, and boy, the dogs are being really loud, and I wonder what kind of dog food I'm going to get them, and did I let Jupiter back in the room to feed the cats? I mean, literally, that's what the first, I don't know how, because it's hard to tell time when you're meditating, but the first big, probably half of the meditation is just my mind talking. It's like when a toddler comes up to you and they're like, oh my God. So, and then I'm a 5-year-old. And then I'm going to be a princess. And then when I'm a princess, then, oh, can we have some grapes? That's what my mind is like. It's like a toddler running around just talking. But eventually, like every, child, it gets tired. Finally, it just tires out. And so then what happens is then I start to check in with my body, and I'm like, oh, what am I feeling? How do I feel in my body right now? I've been itchy. I was super itchy today. But sometimes I'm nauseous, or I'm excited, or I'm all of the above. But it's once the mind chatter stops. And by the way, I don't know if I said this yesterday. What I'm doing is, because when I finally listen to the mind chatter, I realized that it's in the third or the second person. It's like someone's narrating my experience. So what I've started doing is listening to it in the voice of Morgan Freeman. He's literally Morgan Freeman's wow, you really are a good mother. Thank you. And the funny thing is I'll hear it and I'll be like, who's you? Who's talking? I have a voice inside my head that talks to me like it isn't me. So that's why I'm calling it Morgan Freeman. But then there's this also other voice that isn't Morgan Freeman that's challenging and insecure and afraid and well, yeah, but so I named that person Abbott because they're constantly going, I'm like, okay, I'm going to clean my room today, or so that you guys I can move my camera a little bit more, and it's a, yeah, but this, and yeah, but what if you don't get that done? Or yeah, but do you really want to spend your whole day off? Or yeah, but so that's all this talk and all this chatter, and then finally everybody shuts up, and then I can feel it, but then sometimes they'll come back again. So, but eventually what happens is at some point, probably the last 20 minutes or whatever, it feels like just like you feel like before you're falling asleep, where everything just kind of calms down, and then you get those random like weird visual like thoughts or colors, or just, you know what it's like when you're just falling asleep, okay? And that's the sweet spot. That's where intuition comes in and ideas come in. And I think I had some, but like I kind of lost them, but I think it'll come back again. And so like I don't have any grand insights today, other than the fact, and I'm okay with that, but other than the fact that like my process and my experience, like, oh my God, I was sitting there, I don't have any insights and I'm okay with that, and then I just had one. Oh my God, here it is. This is funny. My process in meditation has just been like my process with my life, which is that I've been trying to make it a different way than what it really is. I've been trying to label and put it like, okay, well, then what I need to do is that, and like, no, my process of meditation is what it is. In other words, I have to be okay with what is. And for me, what is a whole lot of mind chatter and like, and instead of like trying to push it away, right? Instead of trying to like Martha Stewart my life and make everything perfect and whatever, it's like, no, my house is messy because I have 11 animals, or 11, no, I have 11 animals. Well, I guess the kids are animals too. I have 11 beings who live in my house and are alive and interacting with it. So it's messy. But I like, there's this dissonance between, no, but it should be like this. It should be Martha Stewart. It should be clean. And if I clean it, it should stay clean. And if I'm meditating, my mind should stay quiet, right? But it doesn't. So that's my, so that's my insight that I got when I wasn't trying to get an insight. Okay, that's it for day 2. I'll be back tomorrow. This is fun. All right, bye.